Yes, people them, well gone. Know what time it is? Another installment, another special segment. You get what I mean? To the inside of my brain, and I guess. What I really wanted to talk about in this segment, first off, if you are new here, thank you for logging on. My name's Breakbeat KMB, drama producer, artist, entrepreneur, marketeer, do a whole load of stuff. But yeah, basically today what I want to speak about is why being nice gets you nowhere. And the reason that I want to dispel this myth, because a lot of people are always complaining. I've been nice, I've always been considerate, I've always give people what they want, and you know what I mean, they spend their whole life looking out for people, and when the same type of energy isn't reciprocated, they feel really hard done by. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying go outside and be a dick. Do you know what I'm saying? Or be, you know what I'm saying? Like, go out of your way to be nasty. Do you get me? I'm trying to keep the profanities down. You see what I'm saying? Because you know, YouTube and all this stuff. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that you have to be mindful that in this world that we live in, people take kindness for weakness. People use people who seem too eager and hungry, and do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, I'm talking from experience as well. Like, I've got so many different skill sets. When I've gone into working relationships with people, I've always went back in the day when I was a kid, I used to think, well, if I show them that I can do this, and do this, then they're going to appreciate me more, even though I may have only been brought on to do one thing. Do you know what I mean? Then I started to realize, hang on a minute, these people will try and use all of these skill sets and not compensate me for it. But then, isn't it my fault for putting it on the table? Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, if someone asks you to do one thing specifically, then maybe you should just do that. Do you know what I mean? And then understand. It's about setting up boundaries and understanding where you lie with people. Do you know what I mean? Because if not, people will take you for as much as they can get out of you. You know what I mean? It's just the world that we live in today. Do you know what I mean? So, if anything, boundaries is a protection mechanism. Do you know what I mean? And I've had to learn that over the years. If someone asks me to do A, I'm going to do A. If they want B, I can do B, but it's also going to come with its own separate price tag. Do you know what I mean? And then that way, when we do part ways, because you hear this a lot with people, you know, they'll be like, oh, I did this for this person, I did that, I did this, I did that, and I never got nothing back in return. And when that person got to where they needed to get to and got the money that they said, you know, when they make it, they're going to remember me and do this and do that, and now I'm just here, and then you're all hard done by. When really, my whole method nowadays is like, everything's on a pay-as-you-go basis. It's pay-as-you-go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Like, if we work today and we say we're going to do A, B, and C, we do A, B, and C. At the end of it, if you decide or we decide that it's going to be extended to something else, to do D, E, and F, then that's what we'll do. But it's all on a pay-as-you-go merit. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So if after D, E, and F, you decide that you don't want to work with me, or we've fulfilled whatever we've done and it's time to go separate ways, then there's no hard feelings, because it was always a business arrangement. And I feel like a lot of you as well, you blur the lines between a friendship and a business working relationship. They're two different things. But what happens is people who are in similar situations, one person might be like, yeah, I'm just using you because I need this thing done at this moment in time. The moment that I get more budget, or I can think, I'll just fuck off and use someone else. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And then that person who's providing the service might feel like, no, this person's my bro. We're so close, and yeah, they've got me and they're holding me down. And when they do this and thing, they're always gonna remember me. And it's like, listen, don't get too attached, man. You're not getting too attached. You need to differentiate how this business thing works, and to separate the two and have clear boundaries, so that when business operations happen and whatever, or things don't work out, there's no hard feelings, because it was always a business relationship. Now, am I saying that a business relationship can't turn into a friendship? Of course it can. Of course it can. But I'm saying, don't always expect that from the jump. Do you know what I'm saying to you? You need to go through the period of time, and you need to go through a certain amount of situations before you can determine whether it is a friendship or just a business working relationship. And I feel that if you give things the time, the space, and you have the parameters set out and your boundaries, then it will all reveal itself. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And then you won't be surprised if 90% of everything you're doing is just a business relationship and transactional based. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like people will make you feel like, they'll try to make you feel away for being this way. But at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself the question, would you rather be the person who's being taken advantage of, or would you rather be the person that people tread lightly around because they know that they can't take the piss with you? That's what you have to decide for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Once again, time is always what reveals whatever it is. So, I thought I'd just give you that as some food for thought, to understand why being nice doesn't really get you anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Being nice just gets you taken advantage of. Being nice gets you manipulated. I'm not saying don't be courteous, don't have manners. I'm not saying any of that stuff, I'm not saying walk around with your face all screwed up and rare. No, you tell your jokes, you laugh. You know what I'm saying? You have your little banter with people, but you just have to understand what is the situation that you're in. Do you know what I mean? Don't blur the lines. And this is what a lot of people do. They forget themselves and they blur the lines. And then they end up upset, hurt,